Conquering Mount Scrapper with Brenda. I'm Brenda and it's Free Pattern Friday! Yay! Free Pattern Friday. I love Free Pattern Fridays. I don't know why I've been retired now 10 years and I just enjoy Free Pattern Fridays. I still enjoy Friday. It's just, it kind of marks the end of the week and it's all good. So, this is what I'm calling a Victory Cross. Now this block has probably been around. It's been called like dozens of different things. And then I played around with it some more. So I don't know if it's an original or what, but we're going to show you how to make this one. It's really good, fast, and it uses up your 2.5-inch strips really quickly. And you can make it scrappy if you want. But first, let's do our shout out. Dizzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews is on my radar, so go over there and give her some encouragement and love and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. It's really interesting watching what she's doing over on her channel, so like I say, give her some encouragement. The next thing I want to talk to you about is, you're going to find her YouTube channel in the show notes below or the description box. Just look for that, click or see more, and then click on that and that'll open it up. And it's so important you get in there because you have all the cutting instructions, PDFs if there are any, like all this other stuff that pops up that I'm talking about. Now, I speak for free. I speak for free to speaking quilting guilds or gilding groups or sewing groups or charity groups. I mean, it's whatever. I talk about using your fabric scraps, making charity quilts, and elements of design, and what's coming up on our channel so that you have an opportunity to, go look at some free blocks that I've put up already or what's coming up in the future. So if your guild or group is looking for a speaker that does stuff over Zoom only, keep putting my name for it. I'd be happy to chat with them. The other thing is the community round robin is now going full strength, and wow, I am so amazed at some of those blocks I'm seeing within our Facebook group. It is fabulous. Now, I did that with Michelle from Bits and Pieces, Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruises, and FutureCat from New Zealand. And it is amazing how many people now are jumping on that bandwagon. Now that will be up on my channel, and I believe Michelle from Bits and Pieces is going to host the pattern. So like if you go to her website, that's where you'll find the pattern pieces as well as the videos, okay? The other thing is the Facebook group is growing rapidly. We're a welcoming group. We have several community chats, and we're doing fabric swaps by country. We're doing recipe exchanges. We're finding where free patterns are there. We have a virtual sewing room under Discord, and we let people know if they're looking for a sew date, we're going to head in there. And it's just been a lot of fun. It's a very active group, and it's the right group. We get so many ideas about working with our scraps, so it's been a lot of fun. The Zoom sew dates are once a month, and we have a ball on there. Now the Zoom sew date is for everybody who watches YouTube, right? I mean, that's if you're not part of the Facebook community and you can't get into Discord, that Discord room is only for the Facebook group. But if you're looking to come sew with me, I have lots of fun that day. We do lots of show and tell, and we try and chat with everybody that comes in, and we just have a ball. Now, lastly, I'm not sure when this video is going to drop, but I am part of the Conquer Your Fabric Scrap Summit. Now, Nikki from the Ruffle Purse asked me so nicely if I would mind joining, and I said, I just jumped on it. I went, yeah, that would be cool. And she kind of had to help me along because I've never been participating with a summit before. But there's a lot of really talented teachers in there. So if this drops before August 15th to August 18th, that summit is free. So you have an opportunity there to meet all these talented teachers, right? So it's a really good thing to know about. But if you need, because you're not going to be, let's say, around like August 15th to 18th, and you have to get an extension, now you have to pay for that extension. I will, however, be posting the videos that I put up on that summit in my YouTube channel later. So if you you know, you miss the summit entirely, at least you won't miss what I had to say about stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyways, I think I got all the stuff we needed to mention. Oh yeah, Soya family out of Las Vegas still might be running their community drive for the quilt drive for the homeless people in Alaska. Please go check out their website. That's also in the show notes. So you know, in case this drops after August 15th, you know, you've missed it. But the people had a lot of fun who participated. So come on in, let's get to our victory cross. Okay, so here we're at the sewing machine. So we always start with the hardest ones first. I mean, that's the most logical. Now we're going to start with, because these slant in different directions, we're going to take the dark first. Basically, we could have done this one by a Y seam, I suppose, but we're going to come up on Y seam Wednesday in a bit here. So I'm just going to run this through. Oops. Make sure. There we go. And I just want to I ironed a line. And I want to make sure all the dark blues are sewn the same way, because that's important. They all slant the same direction. You take your time lining it up. Okay. There we go. And we'll grab another one. Yeah, this, I don't know, I was playing around with this block and I was like, well, it's a basic 9 patch, but how can I dress this one up? Kind of make it my own. And I thought, okay, well, we'll play around. There's lots of permutations that you can do with just subunits. Simple subunits like what we're working with here. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff, fun stuff here. And, oh, every one of these. Okay, there we go. We'll get that. Okay. Now, in order to take it off, I'm just going to sew like a leader ender. I found some really cute low volume that had a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue and a little bit of dark blue, and I thought, okay, that's the perfect neutral for this block. So that's always a good thing, to find a perfect neutral. Okay, so we're going to test this. Yes, it does. It works perfect. Now these I'm going to save. Am I going to make triangles out of them, or quarter square triangles? I am not sure yet. I have a few projects I need to do where I need triangles of low volume, which this would be perfect, and of dark. So, I mean, you know, colored, color stuff. So, yeah, now we got good coverage there. So what I do is I put my thumb over the seam so I don't cut the wrong side, because ask me how I know. Yeah, I've done that too, where I've cut the wrong side. It was not fun, because once you cut, you're done. You're pretty much done. That piece is the way it is forever. So, there. So now I'm going to do the low volume. Now the low volume slants the other way, right? So it creates a white V. Okay. And you want to stay, just kiss the line on this side of your ironed line. And I'm just going to put this one back. And we'll go press to the dark. Press all of that to the dark. Okay, next up. Yeah, so these are just cool, I think. I just think they're cool. These little, like, they're not quite a chevron, but they could be a chevron. If you added a bottom piece, I guess this is like a half chevron, right? So, here we go. Now, this one would actually make a pretty decent leader ender, I'd say. but that's me. And you have to pick some wild, in order to make this block really pop, you have to pick some wild focal fabric in the middle, you know, and then take colors like there's a darker blue, a kind of a, you know, I picked something that was a little bit lighter, and then pinks, and, you know, you pick something, you could throw yellows in there, or, you know, whatever, but you gotta, you know, you get your focal fabric first, the one is gonna be your center, and then you pick your colors around it. You know, like, I didn't have too much of this left at all. Okay, and here we go, and we'll just run another quick leader ender through. Well, it's not a leader ender, what it is parts of the block that I'm working on. So I figured I can use it. Now, you want to make sure we got good coverage again. And trim. Once you confirmed you got good coverage, you can just trim this other side off. There we go. I'll start laying it back down in place. Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, you just kind of work your way around the block. Hang on. Here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you do. Good coverage. Here. And last one. Okay, there we go. Now, all these pieces are going to be used somewhere else, but I'm not necessarily going to sew them into triangles because I might not want them as triangles. So, in order to sew these now together, we're going to sew them so that the points are like this. Now, in order for this to work well, what we want to do is we want to push one up and one down. So we're going to take the dark and push it down. We're going to, the one on the dark gets pushed down. The one on the medium gets pushed up. And I need to change my foot. Of course, what's a video of mine without a foot change on my sewing machine? I know some of you guys have those ones that just click in place and they're really fast, but I don't know. I like my 301As. I really do. I just think they're perfect, perfect machine. You know, and I learned how to sew on one. Right, that's the other. My mom made some beautiful stuff, including clothes on this. You know, a 301A. That black one that I sew with occasionally. That's the one. That's my mom's. That one was my mom's. So I'm pressing these all out to the pink. I'll just drop that back in place. Okay, get this one. Now this one goes forward, the dark goes under. So I'm going to press it under just like that real quick. Just so that I want to make, and then you can feel where they nest. Because that's important. You want a really sharp point there on the V. Okay, this one, same thing. This one goes up and this one goes down, and you press it down into place, and then you wiggle them until that seam is absolutely perfectly tight. And you hold on. There we go. Nice. And again, do the same thing. Under, let's go. All right. It's easier if you decide which way is going. The dark should probably go under anyways, because it is so much darker that you might have show through because it's a navy. Okay, let's get another piece sewn here. Okay. There. All right. Now this piece, we'll just sew both of them that are left. Sometimes, you know, you find leader enders within your block that you're sewing, and that's okay to use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it this way. So I'm pressing to the dark. Oh, I should probably get all of this unclipped. push them all like that. And I'm pressing it to the dark. There we go. The subunit now measures 4.5 square. There we go. And there. So now we're going to finish. It's kind of like a mini quarter log cabin, right? So we're going to start sewing this one first. Okay, get this off. Hang on. There we go. Just like that. And we're going to line these up just perfect. There we go. And just push that out of the way for just a sec. Here. And we'll get all 4 of these subunits done. So the subunit is this would be a subunit, right? So you're assembling a subunit before you assemble a unit, right? I guess that's the correct term in quilting. I know it kind of confuses people sometimes. You know, and if it's confusing, just start sewing them together. It's like, yeah, call it a block when you're done. Yeah. There. There we go. And now I've sewed them all the same way. And I'm going to run my plug through. Okay, so all of these now are going to be, so I'm going to flip it over like that. And the path of least resistance is you take this and you press away from the white, right? So that goes like that because you've got that seam here and it's creating a bit of resistance, so you just press away from the resistance. That's fine. And it works. Now, if I was going to do a whole quilt of this, I would definitely put sashing in between them, in between the rows and the blocks, because now you don't have to match up all these points, these little points. If you were going to make just quilt blocks with this quilt block, what happens is you got to match these 2 points, this point, that point. It's like, and if you're doing long columns, you're matching several of them, so it would be a lot. You'd have to also match these points. Yeah. Okay, so now this comes together exactly like a 9 patch, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and we're going to do a webbing our block. Now, webbing blocks always sounds really complicated. It is not, as my preferred method of webbing is to web a block. And I do it this way because I can check as I'm sewing, and if I've sewed something wrong, I only have to undo maybe 1 or 2 seams instead of, you know, trying to undo several. You know, it's just a little easier. Okay. And the last one, here, just like so. Okay. There we go. Wow, this thing needs oil again. Okay. I oiled it last night. It just sounds like it needs more oil. Okay. So now I take this and I kind of lay it back down. I might have to move some of this over, but I can see if I've made a mistake and make sure that this looks the same, that I haven't sewed something upside down or whatever. So it looks good, so we're just going to keep sewing along, and we'll get to the other side. Now, there we go. And the center, oops, the center goes to this way. Now this is kind of a pretty block. I think it would work up really neat if you had you know, a bunch of different colors and you played with the values of light, medium, dark, and then an accent. Or you could do focals and then just focal fabric and just pull colors from your focal fabric. it would look great. You know, you get a really interesting focal fabric like the one that's inside this block. I mean, it would look great. Okay. And you could have lots of fun making it very, very scrappy. Okay, so now let's take a look to make sure everything's still lined up. Yes, it is. So we're going to press in on this square because there's no resistance. That's the way it's going to lie the flattest. So if we're pressing in, oh my gosh, come on, move. You're pressing in. This has to press out. These ones have to press out this way, okay, for it to lie flat. And you do have a little bit of resistance there, but it's not horrible. Yeah. So yeah, this has got like some greens and oranges and yellows. Like you could have a lot of fun pulling out just block after block with just this one fabric because it's got so many other fabrics with it or colors with it. So we line this up and we get it under. Okay, now, all right, I go a few stitches and then I open up where my stitches are because I really want to see exactly where this has to nest to get a really sharp point. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Feels like it's nested perfectly. And the next one is right here. This goes to the dark, so this goes, it's pressed up. There we go. Okay. There. Okay. There we go. Okay, there. Now, press it the other way. Just flip this over. And get a few stitches in with your needle down, then you stop with your needle down, of course, and then you finish the block. Now I got a perfect good nest here that I'm going to try and work. Yep, it worked. Yes, it did. Now I'm going to nest the other way, and this seam has to go that way, right? Okay, and all of a sudden it's getting a little difficult. Okay, there we go. And we've nested. I'm going to check that one just to make sure it's nested good. And this seam goes this way. You might as well sew it that way so it doesn't, you know, twist. And there we go. Okay, so now when we're doing this, okay, we are going to go this way. And you know, when we're ironing. So you guys gotta take a good look at this ironing plan because I think it will save you some time. So the first thing we had to change, of course, to make a nice sharp point was here, right? And then we had to go this way. So now we're gonna push this in just like so. And this is gonna be a 12.5-inch block when you're done. Or, you know, unfinished. It's going to finish at 12-inch when you're finished, right? So, there we go. Just like that. Now, yes, you could have swirled the seams and all the rest of the stuff, but this is not too bad. I mean, if you wanted to, you're swirling the seams and you're pushing this one up, and that's going to have resistance there, but then these 2 points lie flatter, so I'm going to leave that one up to you. It's okay to do one or the other, you know, like, actually, I could do that right now and see if that works. Makes it just a hair flatter. Now, ironing or pressing these, like if you're a beginner, it all comes with experience, right? Like sometimes it's easier to you know, like swirl your corners, you know, to make something like really, really super flat. But then other people, they press open. I mean, and that totally is their thing to do, right? So anyway, so we're gonna get to our ta-da moment. Okay, this is our little cute victory cross that we were playing around with, and we hope you give this one a try. It's a really good scrap buster, and you know, like, you have focal fabrics in your stash, and some of you have complained you don't know what to do with these focal fabrics because there's so much going on. Well, you know, something like this would tame it down, and you would be able to make a really gorgeous quilt out of it. So I do hope you give this one a try. It was lots of fun to sew with you here today, and you know, I hope the pressing plan and everything kind of works for you. Yeah, so you guys take care and stay well until we meet again. Okay, bye. Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!